Shandon, how are you, mate?
Good, thank you.
I should have rephrased that, sorry. YouTube star, Shandon Baptiste, how are you, mate? It's gone down the YouTube road. It's gone down well so far.
Yeah, it's something that I want to do. It's something that I watch a lot, and I thought to myself, why not? Why can't I do it? Why not try it? So, yeah, here I am. First video out yesterday, so hopefully, people like it, and they like the videos that I will be putting out also.
Well, mate, it has gone down well. I loved it. Honestly, I really did, and I think it's great because there's not a lot of people doing this. Like Ben Foster's done it a little bit at Watford. So, what made you actually properly want to get involved and do this kind of thing?
So obviously, I've had a lot of injuries now, especially long-term injuries, and I don't know, just this time I just kind of wanted to show people, the other side of it. Like I watched Hector Bellerin has a documentary that he put out, and I looked at it and I was like, it's something I wanted to do. I looked at his and it's like, it's something I could do. So I was like, yeah, let me, just show the people what the other side of football, the other side of what happens behind the scenes. And, at the start I did just want to do my rehab, but then I said to myself, I want to do everything. I want to show people, the good times as well of my life. I want to show them the bad times. So it will be everything. It won't just be my rehab, but, at the start now, all I can really show is my rehab because, coronavirus and everything. So you can't really be doing a lot. But I just kind of thought, it's a route I wanted to go to. I watch a lot of it, as I said. So I said, why not? And hopefully, it can go somewhere.
It's brilliant. That Bellerin one, I've watched it as well. And does that kind of help you? Because you're seeing someone like him at an elite level and you're seeing him map out what happened to him. And I know you've had the ACL beforehand, but do you think what you're doing will also help other players when they see it?
No, hopefully, it's not, of course, there's a lot more that goes on, but, if you can just give them a little map of what happens, and, sometimes like when you see it, you might be like, I did this in my rehab, or, I saw Shandon do this here, and it just gives you little ideas of, I don't know, what might be good for you. Because for me, I never used to think that the pool did much for me, but now being in it and doing it for so long now, it's something that I want to carry on doing. It's something that even when I'm back playing for recovery and stuff, I want to keep on doing. So hopefully, it can help someone. And as I said, it just gives you like a little map of what a long-term injury looks like. And sometimes when you have the injury, it might get you through some long days. So hopefully I can just help someone that needs it.
And what about the other boys? Are you going to get them on the channel and get them involved in videos?
Yeah, like I would like to obviously, I want to do a couple of videos at the training ground. So hopefully, everyone will be happy enough to jump in the video and just, show the fans some stuff at the training ground. So yeah, I would like to.
And what about the editing? Are you getting involved in doing the edits as well, or?
Nah, I've got someone to do the edits. To be fair, I'm gonna try learn, especially because obviously now it gives me something to do while I'm injured. So I will try to learn. And if there's anyone out there that can give me a tip or two, please send some help over. But I'm gonna try learn because, as I said, it's just something to do. So why not?
Yeah, mate. Well, look, I'm useless at it I'm still learning. But look, let's talk about the injury. And I imagine you get this question a lot: how is the knee? And does that get annoying? People asking you that all the time?
Nah, not really. Because, like, to be fair, they're asking because they care. Like, I'm sure there's no one. If you didn't care, you probably just wouldn't ask. So, it doesn't really get that annoying. I think it's just sometimes when, you have, like, if someone asks you, then another like 5 people ask you probably like a minute later, it does get a little bit. But as I said, they're asking because they care. So realistically, it doesn't really ever get too annoying. So yeah, but it's good. It's feeling good, feeling strong. So it's just a long road to recovery.
And you mentioned it on the video that went out yesterday, and just in case people haven't seen it, go and see it. But it was your meniscus, is that right?
Yeah.
So that's not probably a very common injury in football, or one that we don't talk about or hear about a lot. So again, I know you mentioned this on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
But what exactly was the meniscus injury that you did, and what is a meniscus? Because some people might not actually know what that is.
Yeah, so the meniscus is like the ligament on the outside of your knee. And what I did was I basically tore it, and I think I'm right when I say they call it like a buckle handle tear, where essentially the meniscus cartilage, whatever, it kind of flips over, and as I said, you can't really straighten your knee. And normally with that sort of injury, a lot of people get it shaven and get pieces taken out, so the recovery is a lot shorter. But with mine, I had mine fully repaired because it allows you to basically have a meniscus again, and it allows your knee to stay stronger for longer. But with this sort of injury and repair, the rehab and the recovery time is a lot longer. So it's essentially better, but the time you have to stay out is longer. And as a footballer, you don't want to do that. You want to get back playing straight away. But I think with these, as the surgeon said to me, he said that I had two tears as ortho. So there was a tear that we didn't really know about. He only knew about it when he went in and actually repaired the tear that we knew about. So he said essentially I had quite a big surgery, probably one of the biggest you can have. So it's just about taking the time to really get the knee right, really get it strong, to give myself the best chance to stay injury free and have a long career.
It's effectively like a shock absorber, isn't it?
Yeah. Literally just like a shock absorber. And it's crazy because that's something I can't really do at the minute is take a lot of impact into my knee, because otherwise it will just kind of just swell up. So it takes a long time to build the tolerance to the knee to allow things like that to happen. So it's going well. I still got a little while, but every day is a day closer to being back.
So what does a typical kind of rehab day look like for someone like you?
So I'm normally in around 9. No, let me not say 9. 10:30. 10:30. And get in. Greggy, takes a look at the knee, make sure it's all right, measures it, make sure it hasn't swelled up from the rehab the day before. And then from there, go on the complex, get my quads firing, jump on the bike, just get me moving. And then, my rehab starts from there. There's the days are split up. So some days I do a quad-based day, some days I do hamstring-based day with calves, some days you add in balance. And normally I finish around 2. So the days are quite short, because the surgeon just said to just do what I need to do and then go home and rest, because a part of the healing process is just rest and icing the knee and just letting it settle down. So my days are quite short, but they're fully packed when I'm at the training ground. So
Yeah, I saw in the video you mentioned about the club are quite good with kind of giving you a bit of input and control about, especially like the cardio stuff and the stuff that you do. Mm-hmm. Last year we saw Sergi, and I actually joined in with him doing his salsa stuff.
Yeah.
We ain't going to see anything like that from you, are we?
Nah, I'm not. I ain't a big dance like that. I don't think I'll be doing anything. That's quality from him to do that, to be fair, but I don't think I'll be bringing anything like that to the training ground.
And you obviously did your ACL playing against us actually back in 2019. What impact is having gone through an injury like that had on this injury? I know it's a smaller injury, but it's still a big injury.
I think it's just, it just allowed me to do the right things and just stay positive and stay focused. Because when you get your first long-term injury, it's hard because you're taken away from football for so long, and there's so much that goes into an injury like that, like staying fit and eating the right things and just staying positive. So that just allowed me to to do the right things because I know what's to come. I know what I have to do. So it's just about me just staying positive and, as I said, staying focused to just do the right things and get back stronger. And I'm a person that I'm quite positive, and the team is doing really well, and I want to be back around that. So I got to work as hard as possible to make sure that I can be there and I'm around it for as long as possible.
You mentioned there about food. When I did my cartilage, I ballooned because I just ate, and you're not doing running. So do you have to eat a lot less than that? Yeah,
so obviously, we've got a nutritionist at the training ground. So I spoke with him when I first did it, and then I did like my body fats. And when I first got injured back in October, I did it. I was 9.5. A lot of people don't know what that means, but I was 9.5, and then when I did it last week, I was 9.6. So it shows I've basically put on nothing. So obviously I've been doing the right things, and it's tough, but it's one of them things you got to do it. So you got to have a healthy, balanced diet.
And you mentioned the lads there, and obviously, I imagine, especially now with that new gym, which is really impressive. How good has it been around them and people like Sergi, who's also been through long-term knee injuries and stuff? How good have they been for your recovery?
Yeah, everyone's been a massive help. Everyone's been a driving force. To have such good teammates is always helpful. And I think us as a team, us as a club, you can very see everyone involved is so tight together. So it always makes things easier. And as I said, everyone's always wishing each and every person well. So it's always nice to just have that. And as I said, that pushes you on to want to get back. And I want to be there. I want to be with the team. I want to be winning with the lads. So it's always nice to have that sort of route.
In that Bellerin video that we mentioned, and that little series, he talks about how he set himself goals along the way and just small little wins that he could do.
Yeah.
Have you done the same, and what are they?
Yeah, so I think it's good to do that because I think it takes your mind off the longer goal, because when you look longer, you start to rush things, you start to do things too quick. So it was for me, like I was on crutches for 12 weeks. So a little thing for me was from the start of my operation to 6 weeks, that just to get my brace off. Then 6 weeks to 12 weeks was to start walking. And then you just, as you go on, you just build little markers that you wanna hit. And I think, as I said, it keeps you grounded, it keeps you focused, and it just keeps you staying, as I said, focused for the next task.
What's harder, the physical side or the mental side?
Probably the mental, because it's just hard sometimes. Like even when you're seeing the boys win like 7-2 and stuff, and you kind of just want to be in the change room with them because it's everyone would be happy, everyone's laughing, joking, and like I'm here by myself just watching it on TV or so sometimes it's just hard because, as I say, you just want to be there, but you just gotta stay grounded, you gotta stay focused. That's the best thing you can do, because as soon as you kind of stray away from that, it's gonna start affecting my knee, it's gonna start affecting your rehab, and that's the one thing I'm not trying to do, because you're working too hard to allow it to go all to fail now, basically. So probably it's the I'm sure some people probably say physically, but for me it's probably mentally.
Well, look, mate, one thing I will say, I think I speak for every Brentford fan here, is we're on this journey with you the whole way, honestly, and we can't wait to see you back on that pitch, and cannot wait to see what more we've got in store on your YouTube channel.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Cheers, Shandon, mate.
Thank you.